Get this on the Triple-M network.
Tony, let's you and I break off and start our own rogue radio station. I reckon we could do it, mate. You're bloody, you should be staying on air. I'm going to get out the front with a placard and protest.
How's that? Andrea, would you mind stepping over to the door and just letting the listeners at home hear the volume of protest outside our studio? Hi, guys! We're only letting people come up here 14 at a time, obviously, but it's still quite impressive.
Sure is, Tone.
And what's going on down the front down there?
Well, there's a lot of people standing around with placards. With,
And what do the placards say?
Umi plums. One guy's got his car parked, and he's got a giant placard in the window that says, "I've been parked here for at least 30 seconds." Lovely Police 10-7 reference.
A lot of how come.
A lot of how come. Spelt a myriad of ways, which is nice.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what people who are driving past who have no idea what this is all about think. You know?
I just saw something very good, Tone. A giant Hummer pulled up, right? Yeah. And the Veronicas got out, and no one looked at him. No one looked at him because they were too busy queuing up Toto's Africa on their iPod.
I mean, if you were to just see a whole bunch of people with placards saying "all me plums," what would you assume is going on?
Demonstration against nad kicking? It's been long overdue.
It's a protesticular injury march. Again, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to send... hello, Richard, too.
How you doing, Tone?
Good to see you've got your Capril
Got my
T-shirt.
Capril T-shirt
Yeah, good
on.
to see you haven't washed it since the last time you wore it.
It looks great in November.
Yeah, it's a little snug, but there's lots of...
Is that you, like, on the desk? Is that your podge on the desk, or is that shirt?
It's overhanging from the shirt.
Hang on, the protesters are recoiling.
So pull the shirt tight, Rich.
Yep.
Pull it tight. Now lean where you normally do.
There.
Look at that, Tone. That's overhang.
That's fine.
That is waffle runoff right there.
It's compulsory in radio.
I can see many people out there amending their placards, losing the name Marsland.
Lots of capes out there. Lots of people pretending to be me.
Ooh.
Hi, I'm Richard placards.
Well, I tell you what.
It's really nice.
Let's send Ed Cavalier down with a microphone.
Bang.
Getting back
Great.
into Black Thunder mode.
Oh, yes.
A Woodstock-style event is in
Wow,
progress.
let's look at that.
A lot of support out there. Can we cross there live, Richard? Oh, hang on. Oh, no, that's people trying to buy Veronica's tickets. Lose that feed.
Sorry.
Let's cross instead to Ed Cavalier. Can you hear us, Ed?
Hello, Tone. Hello, Richard. How are you?
What's going on down there?
We've just enjoying some birthday cake and the My Chemical Romance. Man, that went down a treat.
Did it really? Now, I can see people actually stopping, pulling over and yelling things from cars. Are those complimentary?
Yeah, no, I've been called a poof a few times from the cars driving past, which is nice, just in keeping my regular gear. How are you guys going up there? I miss you both.
Oh, fantastic.
Going
Just
wonderful.
read us out some of the placards you can see,
Well,
Ed.
there's a picture of Richard, the one from the internet that you meant to draw onto your ass to get into Zoo. That's in front of me. And then a message from Carl Stefanovic. 0011000 Tony 000 upskirt, which is nice.
Heard it before, Carl. Old rope.
There's another one here. Richard stole my baby. That's nice.
Okay.
There's a free Matty D placard, which is lovely. But my favourite, it's not so much a placard as it is a copy of Tim Zura's The Gloves Are Off. Now for the facts.
I saw that earlier. It looks in very good nick, I have to say.
It's never been read, Tone, much like all of Tim's other books. And then, of course, some rather interesting drawings. So, Tone, I've got one of the organisers here.
Yes.
I'm going to introduce you to Steve. Steve, hello, say hello to Tone.
It's actually Simon.
Oh, hello.
I
So
call-
is that Simon Heavey?
I call him Steve. That's just how we roll. Anyway, so let's go with Simon for now. Simon, you look beautiful. What are you wearing today?
Just a big cape, actually. I think it's my flatmate's white sheet.
Can I say that the way you've cut it out looks to be as if it's been with children's scissors or something along those lines?
It was actually a steak knife.
Oh, a steak knife. Well,
And Simon, can I ask, has it turned out the way you imagined it in your head?
Better, Tone, much better. We had delusions of grandeur. We may get 200 or 300 here.
Yeah.
Then we really thought in the true tradition of get this, we may get 5. I'm tipping there's probably around 150 plus here at the moment.
Wow.
And what kind of sing-alongs have they been doing? I know there's been a lot of protest music down there.
It's all been about plums, mate, yeah.
Is it
All
really?
about your plums, buddy.
Straight to the point. Now, Ed, is it true that a lot of people weren't able to make it down there today?
yeah, unfortunately, Tone, we have had some apologies sent to us. Here we go. We've got one here that says, I would have been there, but I'm worried about the thugs in the scallop industry.
Right, of course.
That's from Rex Hunt, which is nice. I'm sorry I can't be there, but I'll be waving the flag with some of my friends from Alan Jones. That's nice.
Beautiful.
And then a final one here. Hey, do you have $1? I can borrow my feed bag's getting low, which is from Galen. It's just lovely that you could try and be here, Tone.
Oh, that's great. Sorry about this, everybody. I'm just paneling the show myself at the moment because Richard Marsden has ventured out into the atrium and is being mobbed by fans. Hang on a second. Please leave Mr. Marsland alone. Do not touch his limited edition Bowling for Soup touring T-shirt. That is meant to be housed in a temperature-controlled safe. He will not be happy if it gets creased. Please, Richard, come back in. I don't know which button I'm meant to push.
Hey, Tone.
I'll get off the megaphone.
Okay,
Thanks.
no,
Sorry
thank you for
about that.
Wow. Thanks,
Actually,
guys.
while I've got the megaphone, Greg Fleet is out the front of the building
Sensational.
leading some sort of sing-along. I'll just send a message down to him. Attention, crowd out the front of the building. Do not loan Greg Fleet $20, no matter how hard he requests. Thank you. And madam, those jumper pants look gorgeous. Oh, here's Greg Fabulous back in. Cavalier.
Hello, everybody.
Thank
Good
God.
to see you. Look who I've brought with me.
Who have you brought up from the crowd?
Hello, Matt. Welcome aboard. I've just dragged him in.
issues.
He's got cake issues. Well, we've all
Cake
been...
and cape issues.
Yeah, birthday cake.
Wearing a Goonies T-shirt, beautifully done.
Thank you.
What have you prepared for us here?
I've prepared a little song which I call My Name is Richard Marsland.
Oh.
It's for my hero. For the hero of quite a few people down there by the looks of it.
Oh.
Wow. And how long
Okay.
have you been here today, Matt, down the front?
Since 11 o'clock. I turned up for a photo shoot and was late, so I've been here in spirit for
And
quite
how
a
would
while
you
now.
describe the feeling on the ground down there?
Oh, it's dizzy stuff down there, Tony. Completely dizzy.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear this beautiful ballad to Richard.
Okay. Wake up in the afternoon, see the time and it's almost 2. It's time to hear Tony Martin at Cavalier and you. Your golden button touch makes my knees weak go so much. The finger bus is coming, one passenger, it's you. So don't make me hit the pavement. He's got the touch of power, you can't fake it. I'll have any sonic action trigger you might hit, but it might possibly take quite a while. His name is Richard Marsland. His name is Richard Marsland, big in Netherlands. His name is Richard Marsland. His name is Richard Marsland, big in Netherlands. Should keep going?
I like the pants around your feet.
He's like a fully tuned race car driving down the street. With more pull and power than any Nissan Navara you might meet. Look over there where it's Ricky and his dizzy stuff, folks. There's no denying he's the host that we love the most.
Oh,
Along with Tony and Ed.
Thanks very much, Matt. Just someone who's come in today.
Yes.
Just to show my support.
Wow, not since 1927 wrote If I Could for me.
That's beautiful.
It's the most touching song since that.
And Baby
Thank
Makes
you.
Her Blue Jeans Talk,
That
I think
was
was
me too.
Dr. Hook's tribute.
Thank you.
People want Dutch, according to one placard I just spotted, Mr. Cavalier. Who have you brought up with you here now?
Well, today it is the organiser, and he's just mouthed the word Simon to me because I called him Steve downstairs, which was nice. Simon, welcome aboard.
yeah,
Nice to see you.
He'd like to say hello, but he's busy thrusting Kenny G CDs and copies of Big Mama's House on DVD.
Now,
at
what
me.
have you brought in?
We got some 3-pack of CDs and DVDs to give away to the supporters today.
Okay, so what have you got? What have you brought in?
We've got Big Mama's House.
Yep.
And not to be outdone, we've got number 2 because it was a great sequel.
Oh, Big
And
Mama's
Made
House.
in Manhattan.
Yeah, one of J-Lo's finest.
You know, when I saw the English patient, I thought to myself, yeah, okay, but what would he do with J-Lo? Eh? Imagine that he was uppity and she was just a maid, Rich. Could there be love? No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Simon, how did you corral all these people and, what has been your strategy so far?
We had a couple of Facebook groups get together when everything went down, and we thought rather than have 500 people in this group and 300 in that group, we'd put them all together, just join them all up, and it's just gone gangbusters, and with a petition as well.
And how hard was it corralling the fellowship together, and is there factions within it, or?
Oh, no. Well, I think we're all on the same page. There's been some people who wanted to come and do some damage today, but we were against that. It was a support rally. It's not about a protest.
Exactly.
And is it true that the MySpace people, the Facebook people, are a bit standoffish?
Yes. There's a bit of a war.
5 minutes ago.
There's a bit of a war there. Like Facebook's MySpace for over 30s, I think.
Oh, is that? Oh,
yeah,
it's a dig right there.
I'm not having a dig. I'm just saying that's the slander
sounded
going
like
around.
Yeah, it'll be interpreted as a dig down the
You
front.
take it as you like it,
The Triple-M buildings are under.
Assault! Assault! You touched me, officer. Sorry.
That's right. But the program continues as per schedule. It is time for Talkback Mountain. Now, my idea was that Richard would bring his drum machine in and play all of the music live on today. I suggested that to him, but
He poo-pooed it.
thank you, Mr. Rudd. He did poo-poo it, correct? Yeah. We need something special today because there's people down the front,
Absolutely.
the Save Get This crew, they can't really see us.
No. Well, it's radio, Tone.
Well, what if we got up on the roof of the building?
Okay.
Good idea.
Can you open the roof of Triple-M, Rich? Just do
thing.
that. Very nice.
Wow. It's impressive.
Now, can we raise the entire studio? There we go. Hold on to something, everybody. Everyone outside the studio is being elevated as well. Oh, look at this. Doesn't it look good?
Oh, Tone.
I can see your house from here, Ed.
Can you see the toilet we've illegally put in the shed?
Yes, I can see it being roped off.
Works, Tone.
And that sound you can hear is live. Is that live from the front of the building? I can hear glass breaking. Is that good? Is that a good sign?
Maybe things are getting out of hand.
A wedding's broken out.
All right.
Okay, Tone, what are we doing? Apart from waiting for that sound to end.
We're talking about times that you've changed the world. This protest out the front. I mean, have you ever...
Hang on.
What's happened?
Do that again. All right, kids. Those that want to be just like Richard when they grow up and be a proper radio professional, watch this piece of theatre of the mind as Richard shushes the maddening crowds.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
How do they hear you over the shouting, Rich?
I'm glad that's been captured by at least 5 cameras.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
So how have you changed the world?
That's right. Have you ever been involved in a protest, Ed Cavalier?
Yes, I have, Tony Martin. I used to go to university in Sydney.
Yes.
And I was there for the student drama and the tale up top.
Okay. That's the third time today I've given you a high five.
Yeah.
And I went to it. There was always this really hot girl that that organised them. And there was often issues at university.
I bet there was.
The Socialist Alliance was upset at buying stuff.
Yeah, sure.
And constant, Che Guevara T-shirts going missing.
Is this Julia Gillard that you're on with?
It wasn't the Gill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had a thing.
Men sneaking into the woman's space? Has that happened? Oh.
I did that to try and get a biscuit. Got shouted out of there. They had Kingston's on tap.
Fight the power.
Anyway, Rich, you probably need to high-five this. Point of the matter is, Cavalier went up the front, shouted a few slogans. I did care, I think, about the issue. Some whales were getting taxed too high or something.
Really?
Totally hooked up with the hot chick running the protest. Up top.
High five again.
Up top.
Sorry, just talk amongst yourselves. There it is.
Well done.
Yeah.
That's captured on film. Now, when
Okay,
we
you,
were
Tone.
talking about changing the world, it was meant to be a song.
Oh, yeah.
And then we didn't have the song queued up, so you said you were going to do it live.
Yeah, because there's that song, Rich, that if I could change the world.
By Eric Clapton.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of the Aqua one.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
There's an
One of
Aqua-
our protesters in the studio is disputing that. What were you saying, Matt?
Eric Clapton.
Eric Clapton.
No. I'm thinking of...
Change the world.
No. That I'm thinking the Aqua version. The Aqua version is a little higher.
Surprisingly, that's not in the computer.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So
Never mind. So that's what we'll be doing.
Well,
Barbie, let's go party.
Well, hang on a second.
we're not going through the full Aqua catalogue, I'm
Probably
afraid.
not. I think we might have done it with one line.
Yeah.
Tony Martin, when have you changed the world?
Well, as you know, I've been fighting for years to get booklets back into DVD packaging.
Change the world.
I mean, they've got the 2 little clips in there.
Yeah, I know, Tone.
When you get a DVD, there's still the 2
No,
little
no,
clips
Tony.
mocking us. Look, we can grip on. We could hold a booklet. We could easily hold a booklet with these.
yes.
Nothing. Not even a coupon.
No,
Not even a coupon to pop down to Sanity. Get
unbelievable.
Big Mama's House too for $9.99. Nothing.
Richard Marsland?
As a kid, I was always a massive fan of Paul Lind, who is sort of a famous sitcom actor from the 50s and 60s.
Yes.
And played Templeton in the film version
he
of
was
Charlotte's Web.
He was in Bewitched, wasn't he?
In Bewitched.
Who was he in Bewitched?
He was, I
Oh,
forget
the
name.
captain?
He was one of the captain's
The
friends.
uncle. Thank you.
He was the one who sort of talked like
You
this.
always talk like this.
Yes. And I wrote a letter to him as a kid asking if he could do more things so I could see them. So I wrote a letter to him, courtesy of Bewitched. He never wrote back.
You wrote a letter to Paul Lind.
To Paul Lind.
How
This is
does
how
that
you
I was a real-
attempted to...
change the world with a crappy letter to an actor no one knows about?
But I was a huge fan. I didn't know that perhaps he might have died by the time I had sent the letter on.
Yeah.
So
What
I'm not
other
sure.
voice? Which ones he did? He was Mr. Peevely in Help It's the Hair Bear Bunch. I can confirm that.
That's right, he was. He was a terrific actor. So I wrote a letter to him saying could he do more things because I couldn't find any more Paul Lind movies. And it was basically a fan letter.
Yeah.
And saying could he do more sitcoms, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nothing happened.
Yeah, well, he was in the Hair Bear Bunch, you're right. And he was in Charlotte's Web and he was in Bewitched. But I wanted more from Paul Lind. That's one of the few fan letters I've ever written. Tried to change the world.
Ed attended a protest rally about whales to get laid. I've desperately tried to bring back the booklet to the DVD
not
packaging. And Richard Marsden, it's just too sad to even repeat. This is pathetic. This is how we...
Change the world.
Call us up, listeners. Tell us what you did.
A letter, some action,
The protesters have understood now and they've
some
walked
hot
away.
chicks.
Yeah, just look at that. People are folding their placards.
Give us a call.
Moving on.
G'day, Nick.
Oh, basically, I've got my entire university's internet server banned from Wikipedia. I just kept on editing Carl Stefanovic to be a robot.
Oh, now, long after other people have lost interest, you've kept fighting the good fight.
Yeah.
What was your latest move?
Well, basically, I was actually the first person to get the C-3PO's page protected by calling him, and the pictures of his uncovered flesh was actually Carl Stefanovic.
Well, Nick, it's important work, and I'm glad someone's looking after it. Congratulations.
Any response from Carl himself?
There's a site for me on MySpace, and it's like the C-3PO site. It's full of robotic things. C-3POs, robotic MySpace.
Loaded on air! That's embarrassing.
Good on you, Nick. G'day, Josh. How are you?
Yeah, that's me. Oh, yeah, calling from the Sydney Rally.
Oh, how's it going?
Oh, we're all going nuts down here. We've already been asked to move along by security.
That's good. This is move along.
And we've got jumper pants, capes, sides.
Which would be the most mystifying placard, do you think?
Well, the Short Bus Forever sign. There's never been a better time to save Get This, and probably city people love Get This.
Oh, there we go.
City people.
That's cryptic.
Can't comment on that. Bob Franklin will be happy to if you bump into him, though. Okay, that's pretty good.
I think these guys were on the Sunrise show this morning as well, is that right?
Yes!
Change the world.
And what placards did you get on in the background of Sunrise?
I'm Richard.
I'm Richard, of course.
Everyone will know what you mean. Thank you, Josh. Nice talking to you.
I'll pass on to someone else.
All right, then.
Hey, I was there this morning bright and early.
At Sunrise?
Yeah, and I had a huge banner saying there's never been a better time to save Get This.
Fantastic.
And what is your name, madam?
Mine's Lyndall.
Oh, good on you, Lyndall. Thanks for supporting us.
Thanks, Lyndall.
I love you guys. I hope you come back very soon.
And we'll be looking
thanks,
for you in the background of other TV shows in ensuing weeks.
Thank you, guys. Hey, Daniel, how are you?
I used to work with a bloke that was very smelly, and I actually gave him deodorant.
Change the world.
Right. And which cab did he drive? Do you know? Are you
No,
prepared to
he
say?
wasn't. He was actually a baker.
Oh, a baker. A smelly baker.
A very smelly baker. Boys, don't give up. Keep going. Fight the fight.
All right.
'Cause if you give up, we'll have to not do Triple M anymore.
Well, no, there are many fine programs on. Hello there, Camille. How are you?
I'm even leaner than Richard Marsland, if that's possible.
Well,
I sent an email to the ABC asking them to play a series from the UK called The Golden Hour, and there's only 4 episodes in the series.
change the world.
And what's so good about the Golden Hour?
It has an actor called Richard Armitage in it.
Oh, yeah.
And so, same lines, I wanted to see more of his stuff on TV.
Oh,
So.
Camille, that's kind of cute.
Well, good to see the
You're
Richard
kind of
Armitage.
cute, Ed.
Oh, okay. Join the Facebook group, baby. All right.
I will.
Okay.
He is available in 3 weeks. We can tee something up there. He does a very good Richard Armitage, I'm told.
Man, Richard Armitage.
I'll have to check.
Is that close? Is there any voice
You'll
I
have to
do?
work on the English accent.
All right, I will. Thank you, Camille.
We've got time for one more
Finally-
world changer.
To another Josh. How are you, Josh?
Hey, not too bad, Cavalier. How's it hanging?
No, it's hanging low and lazy. How did you change the world, my friend?
Well, you're going to appreciate this, and so will Tony. I started a petition direct to Richard Linklater to get Dazed and Confused Special Edition out on DVD.
Change the world.
You were the man who got the Criterion edition happening.
That's the one.
Due to the inadequate extras on the previous so-called special edition. Am I right, sir?
That is absolutely correct. The first edition was pathetic. There was nothing. It didn't even have a trailer on it.
I've got that special edition. It's brilliant. The Criterion one, it's outstanding.
And we have you to thank, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, along with Corvette Summer on DVD.
Oh, Corvette Summer with Mark Hamill.
That's the one.
Fantastic.
All right, well, as soon as you get on to Big Mama's House 2, then you will have really done something.
No. That's got to stop at 1979. Anything after that, not worth worrying about.
Who was the female lead? Come on, who was the female lead in Corvette Summer?
Annie Potts.
Annie Potts from Ghostbusters. There you go. Okay.
And from Designing Women.
Even the protesters are leaving in disgust now. Thanks to everyone who called up. Thanks to everyone who got angry. We've got a fresh load of people outside there. And just for a treat, my dog is in the studio. I often talk about my dog's dancing abilities. See what, if you just hold the fort, I'll prove it here.
Uh-oh. This is the bit that I've always feared when Tony walks off and I become Garth from Wayne's World. All right, Tony's got his dog. And there... Tony...
Todd McKinney, your comment.
I thought... Well, if the dog would be quiet for a minute, I thought it was pretty good at the start, but the dog was wearing too many clothes.
We'll be back in the next hour with many more angry listeners, my dog, and Ryan Shelton.
We are here. This is the second hour of Get This. Ed Cavalier, Richard Marsland, and Ryan Shelton's joined us.
Hello.
Good to
Hello.
see you, Ryan.
I'm so happy that I'm here for the day to see this incredible scene out the front.
What did you see on your way in? What caught your eye?
Oh, well, I saw people with placards.
Yes.
Just people hoping, wishing, praying to get a glimpse of Ed Cavalier's face.
Well...
Just in person.
Well, I brought Katie Lang down as my double, so I think a lot of people thought that she was me and I was her.
I actually saw someone I was waiting out in the atrium. Someone came in holding up, I think it was a Beat magazine with a KD Lang ad on the back. Now, that is incredible.
Well, through the glass, he was just pointing at it, pointing at me, pointing at it, and I was like, I know. I do know. Don't worry about that. Well, we are minus our captain, our leader, but he is down amongst the people. Tony Martin, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm just walking through the foyer now, Ed. Hello, everybody. I'm afraid Dean Geyer will not be appearing today. Well, that's gone down quite well.
Fantastic news, Tone.
Yes, it's an impressive lot of people out here, and they're not just here for the prizes. And what prizes we have for you today? How would you like Big Mama's House 2 on DVD? This is the finest in in-flight quality entertainment. A copy of the new weekly, the latest new weekly, graphic footage of Britney Spears emerging from a car. Fight amongst yourselves, there it is. Only a gynecologist can tell you whether that's authentic photograph there. And Made in Manhattan is being torn to pieces by angry punters. I don't know what other prizes Ed's given me. Hang on.
What else you got there, Tone?
Episode 3 of Bionic Woman. Here it comes.
Fantastic.
Episode 4. The sound they leave out of the show.
Fantastic. Tell me something, Tone. There was meant to be the short bus players coming in to do a demonstration of some of the last images of the film. Have they showed up?
They've been moved on, but only after being squeegeed down.
Oh, fantastic,
That's
Tone.
not looking... Someone's just holding a sign at me that says Turkish grip written on it.
Wow.
From the desk of Carl Stefanovic, as you can imagine, all zeros and ones.
Yeah, he speaks in binary.
And there's a woman with a baby tattooed with the phrase, "This is dizzy stuff, folks."
I love it when people give their babies a tattoo, Tone. That says parenting where I come from. All right, then, Tone.
Yes?
Come back up here, talk to Ryan, because in the next break we're playing your favourite game, Instant Happiness.
Oh, we're going to do that, but in the meantime, what do we want?
Get it!
What don't we want? They weren't even prompted for that. Thanks, everybody. Cheers. Thanks for coming down. Many of the snacks are not past their expiry dates. Thank you very much. Cheers. Let's get this. It's me back in the studio. Ryan Shelton is with us.
Hi. Well,
it's amazing. You get down there and you think, oh, I'll make a lot of jokes. There'll be hilarious things. And you're just so blown away by how much trouble everyone's gone to. You can't speak.
You were saying that to yourself. I'm going to go down there. I'm going to make a lot of jokes. It's going to be hilarious. I can't imagine that's what you're thinking to yourself.
No, this is going to be the funniest thing ever. No, but I mean, there'll be funny sides.
Yeah,
I won't have to come up with anything. But there's so many of them. I don't know.
I imagine what it must be like to have a party if you actually had friends. You know what I'm saying? I might just claim this is my 21st. Take a few snaps retrospectively.
That would be good.
There were people there. Sure, it was on the sidewalk outside of a radio station, but that was the theme.
Yeah.
It was a joint party.
Yeah, it was me and this guy Richard who was into dizzy stuff. I swear.
Now, I know I did miss a segment, but there's board games out here.
Oh,
What's going on?
Lots going on.
Oh, Tony. Things have changed since you've been away. We've moved into the modern world with It's a Knockout.
The board game.
The board game.
Wow.
Mm.
So how does this compare with Test Match, the board game? Is it
Well, hang on.
Was there because there's a lot of mousetraps and a lot of contraptions and what have you?
Well, you'd think so because you think, Mousetrap took about 45 minutes to set up.
Yeah,
and 4
then
minutes
about
to play.
That's exactly
And then about
right.
6 hours to find where the ball's gone.
And then fingers crossed that it actually worked.
Yeah, well, you know where it always stuffed up when the dude had to dive into the basket.
He was letting the team down. You know, the faulty plumbing and the rickety stairs had set things up perfectly for him, and then he just tumbles over. Just falls, misses the tub. Mouse remains untrapped.
This is the bit that I remember. And this is the thing, it's your knockout. You've got your hurl yourself ahead was the first thing you do. And there's a little catapult, which it's not here. But
Hang on a sec. Is that red bit there, is that from the It's a Knockout game?
Yeah.
That's from Mousetrap.
No, it's not.
They've doubled up.
No, this is a ramp where you launch a ball, and if it goes through the hole, then you win.
If you turn that but upside down, that's the bit that the tub went onto that the bloke from the diving board landed on.
Or if you go like that, it's the side of a Connect 4 thing.
Oh.
It's a scam!
Milton Bradley, I'm looking at you.
Doubling up. You know what? There's a guy on YouTube who does reviews of video games. I forget his name, but he calls himself the Angry Nintendo Nerd, and he does some terrific reviews. And I reckon we should get him into Knockout Game.
Love that.
He does not like it.
Tell you what, Ryan.
Yeah.
Sorry, just to cut in.
Sure.
But at my house, I've got a working Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
We've just got Super International Cricket. Yeah. Oh man.
How many frames does it jump between each move?
It takes a long time.
Ryan, did you have something special you wanted to do at this point of the show?
Well, it's hardly special, really. As I was getting into the car to come here
yes.
For the show, a sense of sadness because this may well be probably my very last time on Get This. And it's
This is actually the last break. We're kicking you out after this song.
That is surprising. I didn't know that. And so I got in the car and look... we've mentioned before on the show how I'm a John Farnham fan.
That's true. Yes, you always seem to have Farnham CDs queued up at the chorus in your car. That's
funny.
What I hear.
It's funny that you say that because this is not. I haven't made this up as this happened to me today, like a breakfast radio story. But this actually did happen on the way here. I got into my car and I turned the car on and the music started up and at this exact moment played. Every time you cry. And I thought, wow. John Farnham feels my pain and human nature. Surely it's a sign.
Yeah.
And I cried. I didn't really cry.
It's a sign that Get This must be winding up or Mother's Day is approaching. One of those two.
Yeah. Or probably both.
Things that make you instantly happy. Is that what you said we're talking about, Ed? How does
Well,
this work?
Tone, in the modern world that we live in, everything's so quick. Happiness is quick. You can get things now. If you don't have it, get a credit card. Go buy it now, pay it off later. And I'm all for it. Back in the day, when you had to write a letter to someone, took 6 weeks to get back, you could spend your whole life and only be happy 3 times.
Sure.
These days, you could be happy 6 times an hour.
Working hard enough, you can.
You've really thought this through.
If you're putting in, and I can be in any kind of bad mood, and sometimes something will just instantly make me happy.
Yes.
Something. Oh, look at me. Look how sad I am. Oh, what's this coming along?
Hang on a sec, Ed. Hang on. You're nunning along to come. You can sing the words.
Yeah.
Surely you can remember the words.
Yeah. Ready? Oh, look at me. Oh no, look, my It's a Knockout game won't assemble like that useless mousetrap thing. Oh, that's a shame.
Cheer him up.
Come, chameleon. You come and go.
You come and go.
You come and go. Whoa. Best bit. Oh.
And do you find if you're at an Indian restaurant, though, and you spot korma on the menu, you just can't stop doing it? Korma, chameleon.
It comes with rice
and other stuff. Oh, I'm being thrown into the streets. Of course, that's how it works. Things that make you instantly happy. I tell you what, there was a song I used to always do if I was in a bad mood and I wanted to cheer myself up. I'd do the theme from Peter Russell Clark's Come and Get It.
Yes.
But in particular, we've talked about this before, that second g'day. Come and get it. with Peter. G'day. Russell. G'day. Clark.
There should have been another one. After Clark.
In the closing credits, he said, "See you later." After Clark.
Yeah, he did.
But don't you find yourself thinking, it was never really solved during the 2 years of this show. Did he do it twice, or was it the same g'day repeated twice?
Oh, there's definitely two.
You never know. Technology. Well, my instant happiness thing is I'm a big Back to the Future 2 fan.
Oh, the second one.
Big time. Easily.
Where he really does go to the future with the hoverboards.
Well, yeah, he goes to the future, but then he also goes back into the past where he sees his alternate. It's very confusing.
And they had to shoot around Crispin Glover, who wouldn't come back to play the dad in the second one.
Well, he died. That's why he died. That's why they made him die in the second one.
Oh, did
Because he asked for too much money.
Oh, right.
And they said, you know what, stuff you.
But that decision paid off because he has gone through the roof since then, Crispin Glover.
Well, actually, Richard Marsden does an excellent George McFly laugh. Can we please
see that?
Oh, well, in the start of the first film, Back to the Future, his son kisses him on the head and he goes, "Woo, Pop, time to change that oil."
It's definitely the best Crispin Glover laugh we've ever had on this show.
No, but my instant happiness from that film is the very first scene when it goes from black, you see the date at the bottom, and the garage door opens. That makes me... Well, I won't say what it does, but it
makes you
makes me happy. Yes, it does.
Exactly.
Chicken korma all the way home.
Crispin Glover, the way to do an impression of Crispin Glover is just to pretend you're really itchy. I'm really itchy, man. I know what I'm doing on this show. He always sounds itchy to me. He's the itchiest of all actors.
Which is just a chaotic Woody Allen, really.
It is. And a slightly, it's Dennis Hopper up to 11. Because he's kind of itchy as well. I know that was Christian Slater. The show's just falling to bits.
Christian
The final 3 weeks.
Is Jack Nicholson on a 9?
It is.
Christian Slater, but for instant happiness
Do
for me,
you Christian Slater?
I can't do.
No,
Christian.
do a bit of Gleaming the Cube.
I know I've got
Come
Heathers.
on, you
Heathers is.
Do some Heathers.
I might have to swear though. Is that okay?
I'll beep you.
They seem to have an open policy on assholes.
Beep.
Though, don't they?
Hi, Goody.
I become instantly happy when people understand and agree with my Back to the Future 3 second DeLorean theory.
I don't want to hear this. I'm not interested. I've heard this.
Goody, I've never heard it. Just talk me through it.
Within the first couple of minutes of Marty McFly going back to 1885, he damages, I think, the fuel line in the DeLorean he travels in.
Yeah.
There are 2 DeLoreans in 1885, one that they bury in the mine shaft and the one that Michael J. Fox's character comes back in.
Oh,
okay.
Right. So he could just pop down and get the second one, couldn't he?
That is correct, because they've got the replacement parts sitting there, and all they have to do is write another letter that gets sent to Marty McFly in 1955, stating that, oh, by the way, you also need to replace these parts, which are readily available in 1955.
Sorry, Goody, my brain's exploded.
It's not even worth concentrating on. It's a bit of useless information that we don't need to. We don't really need to. Back to the Future, the trilogy is a fantastic film. There are no flaws, no mistakes, no oversights. And that is it, I think.
But for Goody, it's...
There you go. Thanks, Goody.
Well, thanks, Goody. It's
Well
an
floated.
intriguing theory.
Very well. It's a wrong theory.
Ryan's very blasé about it, I have to say. Let's see if someone else can make him happy.
Hi, Louisa. How are you?
Hi, how's it going?
Excellent. What gives you the instant happiness?
The cast commentary on the special edition of the This Is Spinal Tap DVD.
Yes. Now, are you talking about the one where they're in character?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It is pretty funny, and they sort of maintain that the whole thing was a real doco and that they were stitched up. Is that right?
Yeah, and they bitch about all the what's happening on screen.
Okay, where are you calling us from, can we ask, Louisa?
Maybe my car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey?
Are you on your way to one of the many Get This protest rallies around the nation today?
No, I actually had exams, but I am a member of that Facebook group, the Sydney-based one.
Okay, I'll accept that.
I'm driving my sister home from school, and she really wants to say hello.
All right, put her on. Come on.
Hello.
Hi. You've won a date with Ed Cavalier.
Wow.
She's thrilled.
She's thrilled.
That's such an awards acceptance speech.
She's only 11.
But she's only 11. So
Yes.
Well, I'll take that back.
Richard will be popping along then instead. That's very poor. It's all in good fun. It is very inappropriate. And look at some of the protesters have hurled their placards to the ground in disgust.
Thank you, Louisa. Hi, Rob. How are you?
Good afternoon, boys.
What makes you instantly happy?
When I need to be instantly happy, I go back to Podcast 105 and listen to Water Sports.
Oh, really?
Here it is.
I'm happy already.
Probably our favourite piece of advertising backing music in history. Water Sports is the title, and if we play it for another 10 seconds, the author will get a 28-cent check from the APRA people. So
Is
let it go
that,
through.
is it a DeWolf?
No, it's from the KPM library, actually.
KPM, they're just as good. They're like that.
Yeah, that's right. You never know what we'll play next to Triple-M. There you go. I'm seeing if we can get the music department to come running around. I'll be round in a moment. All right, beautiful.
Thank you, Rob.
Is that all we've got time for? Is that all the happiness?
One more. Hi, Dan. How are you?
Hello.
What makes you happy?
What makes me happy? I'll tell you this. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There you go. We're downstairs.
Well done.
We couldn't be. Hey.
Nothing says, get this, like a massed impersonation of an obscure
Can I
line
just
from
say
a New
one
Zealand television program.
Can I just say one thing?
Sure.
I'd like to shout out for Sarah Young, who designed our Get This T-shirts. She's in Sydney at the moment rallying.
Great job, Sarah.
Beautiful shirts.
Yeah, they are indeed. And we'll catch us later.
Oh, thanks, Sarah.
Got to work on that out, mate.
Got another rally to get to.
We have to thank everybody who's shown up. Ryan Shelton has been blown away by the level of support.
I can believe it. I can absolutely believe it. But when I showed up, I was just, it was touching for you guys. You know, it's incredible and well deserved.
No, and everyone's got a placard. Everyone's got a sign that they've spent ages on. Free Matty D. There's a lot that say that. We will be, hopefully, Matt doesn't realise this yet, but we want to drag him down the front of the building and have people meet him in person out the front. I should point out, Ed Cavalier's popped downstairs. My dog B is sitting in Ed's chair.
Oh.
She's heard her. Oh, she wants to get out. She's already been offered a shift on a rival network. B, speak. Not talking. No, that's how I have to get Ed to talk most
for
days.
that money.
Oh, hang on, off the chair. And yeah,
she's away.
Off to find out if Hamish and Andy work at this place. All right, let's cross downstairs. Ed Cavalier, can you hear us?
Yes, hello, Tony Martin. How are you?
What sort of activity is going after 2.5 hours?
Well, people are really happy.
Are they?
Tony, there's a lot of placards, but my eyes are drawn to the man holding up a 12-inch Toto's Africa.
Is that our program director by any chance?
He's the future music director. A man with a People Want Dutch sign and a lady throwing a baby at me that says, "This is Dizzy stuff." Not sure the baby was in on that one. But, Tone, I've just been handed some presents.
Yes, what sort of stuff?
I've got another Milky Bar crackle here.
This is just a free food exercise for Ed Cavalier.
It makes a welcome change from the boxes of sand that our listeners normally send me.
I heard Ed say earlier, we should get sacked every week.
Well,
this is fantastic.
One day, Tone. So, look at this, Tone. I've just been handed, look at this calendar. Classic Cats. Look at that, everyone. Ryan, there's one that's got some pearls on, you know?
Oh, that's glamour.
You know what I'm saying?
A glamour puss.
Now, am I right in hearing that while we were in one of the songs earlier, there was a Nick Kershaw sing-along going on down there?
Nick Kershaw sing-along going, but nobody actually knows the words to Wide Boy, not even Nick Kershaw, so that stopped very quickly. Tone, I can tell you that there is currently, How Come is one of the popular banners down here, currently spelt 5 or 6 different ways, each more filthy than the last, which is nice. Tony, did I say that your dog is in my chair?
Yeah, that's right.
That salad is mine, Martin. I don't want...
It's gone. It went down to about one mouthful. She started on your Spirax book. You better get up here.
The dog's covered in Cavalier hair.
Well, thanks to everyone who turned up wherever you are.
Look at that. I'm getting zinged by Marsland. It is time to retire.
Get this at the new time of 2 o'clock.
Or in Adelaide, 3 o'clock.
On the Triple-M network.